Greetings, Earth children, humans, and galactic neighbours and friends and family. So, today I am going to go into a lot of detail regards to who is who in our galaxy, our neighbours and our friends and our allies and our enemies, and the negative beings and the positive beings. And so this is in response to my I had a group on Facebook which was called Extraterrestrial Races and Civilizations, and there was thousands of members. It was going on for a few years, and then unfortunately the group was hacked, I believe by some negative entities who were obviously felt threatened with the information coming out, so they had to hack into it and prevent it from going ahead. So I had no control. I was the admin of this group, and I was not able to do anything anymore because my Facebook had actually prevented. This admin had taken over the group somehow, so it was quite disturbing. But anyway, I'm going to go into some of this information to which I may not 100% agree with, but I certainly think there's some truth here, and so I'll be releasing that today in this video, reading this information coming from galacticdiplomacy.com. So we start off with the Telosians, and they have another name for them, as called Lemurians, and they're actually the Telosians, apparently from Earth, and they are helping surface humanity learn of its ancient Earth history, restore human longevity, changing unhealthy belief systems and protecting the environment. They assist in global solutions through environmental protection, promoting biodiversity, human health and longevity, recovery of humanity's history. We've got the next race of beings, and they're called the Lyrans. And the Lyrans are disseminating the unique history of the Nordic human race in the galaxy and assisting in understanding human motivations and potentials. They're from Lyra, which is a star system called Lyra, and they're Lyrans. And they're basically there is deal with recovery of humanity's history and Lyran heritage, understanding galactic history as well. That's what they help with. They have the discovery of the human essence, diplomacy and conflict resolution. That's the Lyrans. We've even got the vegans as well, and they're from Lyra apparently. They're disseminating the unique history of the darker blue-skinned human race in the galaxy and assisting in understanding human motivations and potentials, recovery of humanity's history and vegan heritage, understanding galactic history, discovery of the human essence, diplomacy and conflict resolution, global education. Next one up is the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are from the star system Pleiades, and their job is apparently to helping humanity find freedom from oppressive structures through consciousness raising. They deal with universal human rights, participatory democratic systems, and evolution of human consciousness. Now, there is some theories that I've heard of. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not, but according to some, that the Pleiadians are actually connected to the Nazis, and that's where the whole Orion race comes from, the root race, the blondes, and the original root race. And so that isn't really evolution of consciousness or raising the vibration with that negative sort of Nazi type of race of beings who believe that they're superior. So you've got the two different sides. It's up to you to make a decision of what you believe, but I'm just the messenger, so please don't shoot the messenger. Okay, the next one up then is the Procyons. That's Procyons, Procyons, promoting, they're from the star system Procyon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They are promoting effective resistance to extraterrestrial subversion, developing multidimensional consciousness, using mental imagery to prevent ET mind control, monitoring unfriendly ET activity. They're exposing ET subversion, ending global secrecy of ETs, multidimensional consciousness, deprogramming the mind control, universal human rights, and internet and global communication. Next one up is the Tau Cetians. They're from Tau Ceti. They're exposing ET subversion and control, identifying corrupt elites and institutions, uplifting human consciousness, negating ET mind control, and dealing with militarism. They're exposing government financial corruption, elite manipulation, monitoring ET infiltration, multidimensional consciousness, deprogramming mind control, conflict resolution. And the next one up is the Andromedans. They're from Andromeda, and they're facilitating decisions of the galactic community in dealing with the current Earth situation, innovative strategies for resolving conflict, the education of youth and crop circles, education of psychic crystal kids, peace education, exposing elite manipulation, improved global governance, diplomacy and conflict resolution, and extraterrestrial communications. We've got the Sirians. They're from the star system Sirius B. Sirians. They participate in technology exchange programs that promote military cooperation to potential extraterrestrial threats. They deal with covert weapons research, use of exotic weapons, abuse of civilians in time travel experiments. And there's a project called Project Pegasus which comes to mind, and it's I think it was Andrew Di Bizzargo. So if you look into the Project Pegasus, Andrew Di Bizzargo. Then we've got this negative elite of extraterrestrial beings. They're called Anunnaki, and they're from Nibiru. Control long-term human evolution through elite group systems and institutions, manipulating human consciousness, compete with Draconians for control of Earth, elite manipulation, religious fundamentalism, patriarchal global culture, cultural violence. So that's their jobs. We've got the Sirians from Sirius A, assisting in building a sustainable ecological system for human evolution on Earth by altering the biomagnetic energy grid of the planet. Environmental protection, promoting biodiversity, raising human consciousness, evolution of the biosphere. Next one, we've got the Ummites from Ummo. Not even heard of that star system, even if it is a star system. Sharing technical information, transforming scientific culture and global education, transforming scientific paradigms, developing alternative technologies, education reform. Next one is the Alpha Centaurians from Alpha Centauria, promoting social justice and human freedom and responsible use of advanced technology, social justice at a global level, zones of peace, human rights, sustainable development. Next one up, guys, is the Arcturians, and the Arcturians are from Arcturus, star system Arcturus. They help with integrating spiritual values with advanced technologies and providing strategic advice in transforming planetary systems and crop circles, global governance, integrating global financial, political and social societal systems, coordinating relationship with ETs, diplomacy and conflict resolution, extraterrestrial communications. Actually, what comes to mind with this one is Dr. Stephen Greer. He's a leading figure within the ufology, and he has actually his group have bought out an app you can download on your phone, and that helps with contact. So it's called CE5, and do have a look into that as well. CE5. Okay, so the next one then is the short greys. They are the short greys with the big eyes, and they are abducting civilians, genetic experiments, mind programming, traumatized abductees, monitoring humans through implants, cloning and creation of human grey hybrids, genetically modified humans monitored with implants, mind programmed abductees. And what comes to mind now is the implants through the COVID-19 vaccines. That's what comes to mind. Could the Greys be monitoring us through this technology through the COVID-19 vaccines? That is what some people suggest. There's the tall Greys, and they're the whites. the previous greys, the short greys are from Zeta, Reticulum, and Orion, and the tall grey whites are from Orion. The tall grey whites, they're different to the others. They do genetic experiments, creating a hybrid human grey race, mind control, and diplomatic agreements with the shadow government. Genetically modified humans monitored with implants, mind-programmed abductees, political elites, pro-compromise, national security agencies infiltrated, human rights abuses. And again, what comes to mind with this is the Dark Fleet. So if you look into the Dark Fleet, type it in, there's something called the Dark Fleet, and that is the black space projects. You know, this the undercover subverted. The next one up, guys, is the Indigenous Reptilians, and they're indigenous to the Earth apparently, according to this information. And they manipulate human elites, institutions and financial systems, influencing religious belief systems, militarism and removal of history of human civilization. So human rights abuses, elite corruption and domination, control of the media and corporations, divisive religious dogma, historical amnesia and cultural violence. So that is the Indigenous Reptilians. And could this be connected to the hollow earth theory, which some Buddhists believe that the earth is hollow and that these certain indigenous reptilians live underground, and that their soul is more reptilian? And there's obviously theories regarding the royal family and Prince Charles and the Queen being connected to the reptilian elite. So there's a lot of interesting information in regards to that. Then the next one up, guys, is the Draconian Reptilians, and they're from Alpha Draconis, which is a star system. So these reptilians are different to the indigenous ones, and these Draconian Reptilians, Alpha Draconis, they control human elites, institutions and financial systems, militarism, creating a climate of scarcity, struggle and insecurity, harvesting humans, manipulating greys and earth reptilians. I'll just take a little break because there's some noise here, so Alpha Draconis, they are controlling human elites, institutions and financial systems, militarism, creating a climate of scarcity, struggle and insecurity, harvesting humans, manipulating greys and earth reptilians, concentrated global wealth and poverty, corrupt elites and institutions, ethnic and religious violence, human rights abuses, culture of violence and terrorism, and drug trade and organised crime. So that is the Draconian Reptilians. And there's not really much to expand on this. I mean, if you think about the crisis now around the world, there is a lot of human rights abuses, and maybe this will shed some light on the root cause of why all these human rights abuses are going around the world, and the culture of violence and terrorism that's been going on, and the drug trades and everything. So hopefully this will shed some light on it, and you can do more research if you type it in. Obviously there was Yemen, the war in Yemen, and that's cost billions of lives. It's still going on, and the British, the UK was funding that, so the councils were actually funding that war. So the UK is also part of that war, and the Saudis. I think we have had some peace talks because Iran and Saudi Arabia are now in peace talks, because China has been intervening in that situation. So hopefully there'll be some peace and light coming for this situation. But we can pray, and we can reach out to these positive extraterrestrial brothers and sisters, or and then at the end of this, we've got a lot of information. So that is just some of the information that I wanted to reveal for now. And what will happen is I will link it up at the bottom of the description, so you can and put some links in as well for you, and then you can sort of go further into it and look into it. So that is some of the races. Obviously there's going to be thousands of other races out there as well, and there is some interesting information about some things in regards to embassy being set up. Some of the extraterrestrial races want to set up an embassy, but I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I think that was a lot of information there for you. So take care, and thank you so much for listening.